Hello, good evening. Shambhavi here once again from Shambhavi Spectrum. And yes, today's beginning was a little bit of a disaster, but then technology, nobody has control over it. Why the Wi-Fi went off, why the data was working or not working, we don't know. But we just accept it as technical glitches. So give yourself the same leverage as you do. As I've just posted in the description right now that I'm going to be today talking about PowerPoint presentations. But before that, let me tell you that I'm grateful for this wonderful group, Digital Marketing in Dubai. I keep recommending it to everybody who wants to do business in Dubai or who wants to come into the Dubai market. And now we are more than 54,000 members, and I think maybe we've gone even higher now. And I'm so grateful always to Kishore, who's the admin and who helps us get talking gigs. He helps us speak live. He gives us that confidence to come out and speak about various topics which interest us and which would be of interest to our audience also. Am I audible? The first question which everybody wants to know in a... Yes, thank you. Okay. Thank you very much for this. Tara, thank you so very much for watching out here. I appreciate your presence out here. And Kishore, thank you so very much. So actually, Kishore, this is a good time for me to share here that I'm using a new mic and a device so that I can be heard better, because I just found this recently. I had the mic, but I needed a lightning charger. So now I got that and I'm using this. Let me now invite everybody for our event, which is going to be in Amer and which is going to be on 23rd in the evening. And I would request Kishore to kindly post some details about it out here so people can they can register. And mostly actually thanks to Kishore, he also broadcasts it live in the group. So if you are a part of the group, you can mark yourself in the calendar so that you can attend the session. Let me now tell you a little bit about the topic that I'm going to talk about today. I wanted to address PowerPoint presentations, especially more and more now we are getting on into face-to-face presentations, and there is nothing more boring than a boring presentation. Or if your audience is not with you at that time, you can easily understand that they are not interested in your content at all. So I have 3 main tips which I would like to share today. My first tip is less is more. Keep less text, keep less animation, keep less number of slides. Less is more. You own the slides, the content. So if you are into the actual process of talking about it, put a word, 2 words, no more than 5 words per sentence, no more than 5 sentences per slide, and please keep it how much ever the temptation. Now, we all understand that 30 or 40 minutes time, if you are doing a long presentation, is not actually sufficient to speak everything about everything. So decide what your focus is, and less is more. If you want additional, if it's a technical presentation and you want to give additional information, give that as notes. Again, during a presentation, if you want to take a pause and let your audience read through, sometimes you just stand and say, read the slide and then let us talk about it. That gives them that time. Otherwise, either you talk or they can read. You can't do both at the same time. So my first, less is more. Second, very often, we use the same set of slides for various different presentations or various speaking engagements, various audiences. You don't want to show all the slides to everyone, but you forget about it and you just keep saying, oh, no, not this slide. Oh, sorry, I missed this slide. You go back, you come front. Don't do that. Hide the slide. The function is available to you in your presentation. Hide the slide. Less is more, hide the slide. The second one. The third one, which I want to say, and which many times we make a mistake without realizing it, if you don't know it, don't show it. Whether it's an abbreviation, whether it is an acronym, whether it is a technical word, unless you or your team member, somebody can answer this. Please do not put that word or that acronym or that abbreviation out there. If you're putting it, please then do your research and be very clear on it. So these are 3 main tips which I follow, and I try to tell everybody else also to follow. Now, what are the other things which you can do while creating a PowerPoint presentation? Less number of slides, I already said. So maybe 5 or 6 slides for about 40 minutes, 50 minutes of presentation. You can keep the rest of the slides behind so that if you're going to mail those slides to your audience, they can still see what the content was. You can put additional information in the notes for yourself. Now, you own your presentation. You know what you are going to speak. And if your name is on the presentation, then you should be knowing what the content is, irrespective of who created it for you. Under those circumstances, read through your presentation. And if you want to expand, if you want to speak less, take that decision. Sometimes the decision comes only from viewing your audience. Are they interested in that? If they are, go ahead and ask them. Are they interested in it, but you want to talk about it later because you have other things to focus? Then please go ahead and again emphasize that. Now, don't use too many bright colors or too dark colors, because when you are seeing it on your laptop or your mobile, and then when you're seeing it in a presentation room on a projector, it's completely different. Which also brings me to the fact that please, when you're going to do a presentation, reach the venue earlier. Try out your presentation on the machine which your host is providing you. Or if you're going to use your own laptop, see that the connectivity is there, see that the cables are there. Maybe carry an HDMI cable with you. Have a backup online for yourself. Have a backup on a USB. Keep backup as much as required. The main presentation, different formats of it. Now, whether you use PPT or whether you use what is from the Mac or whether you use Prezi, all those things don't make much of a difference. But the colors will depend on what the projector quality is, how old the projector is. So make sure that you run your presentation on that, just to check what it looks like in that space. And if you need to, you can remove and change the format of it. The next, sometimes we tend to use humor. We put some joke out there or we put some cartoons out there, which may or may not gel with your audience. Be careful. Analyze your audience, understand your audience, and be ready to explain the joke. Only then the joke can be well understood. And if they don't understand, never mind, just move on. So, as in marketing, which is always important, know your audience very well. Again, the physical space, move around a little bit, maybe move into your audience to talk to them. Most of us nowadays have mic, which we can carry with us. We also have slide changers, which you can carry. Use those. Move into the audience so they feel you're a part of them rather than you just standing on the podium and away from them. These are some small tips with PowerPoint presentations which I wanted to share today. A very important lesson which I learned from Alec Padamsee is, if you have a video about the organization, don't put it out there when you are there. Nobody can speak about your own organization, your product, your process, your passion, your why, as good as you can. So don't put a video which is maybe made by some amateurs or maybe made by professionals, which is very good looking, great value, but nothing can substitute you. Go ahead and put it out there. Don't put the video, speak yourself. Keep the video for when you are not there, what people can see about your organization. And last but not the least, if you are wondering about your presentation, what it should look like, what it will be like, and you're struggling with ideas and you want to do more and more, then a simple thing, use paper and pen. Put out what the slides should look like. What should the content be? And then go ahead. Sorry, before I forget and before I finish for the day, there is usually in the frame, there is a format within the text the slide which says you choose the layout, there is an outer format. Don't go beyond that. When you go beyond that, the likelihood is that it may not be visible on various platforms or through various projectors because it is going out. Keep in alignment, keep inside the alignment, how much ever the temptation is. If the image is too small, maybe don't use it or resize. We have so many other options which are available to us. Thank you so very much for being here. I hope these techniques help you. If you need more help, just DM me out here, post a message out here in the comments, and I will get back to you and I can help you with your presentation techniques. And please, I look forward to seeing all of you online or most of you there in person in the location which we will be sharing now. Kishore will be sharing it here, or I will put it once the live is over. Take care. Efficiency is more important than perfection. So just go ahead and make your presentation and own it. Take care and bye for now.